to this week's episode of the Art of Weightlifting Fitness and Nutrition Show. My name's Taylor Ryan, and if you've never been here before, this is a great show covering some fitness news, nutrition information, and fitness fun. It's brought to you by my product, the Body Fat Blasting Boot Camp. It's a great at-home product that you can do your workouts at home. You can do them at the gym. Very minimal equipment's necessary. Fast workouts, but they're effective at burning fat. You also get a great nutrition plan to go along with it, and motivational support as well, where you actually get to talk with me bi-weekly to make sure that you stay on track. But you can find out more about that right at the link below. Now, on today's episode, I'm really excited because in just a second we're going to head over to the gym and actually meet up with a trainer friend of mine, Jeanette, who's also a running coach. Now, that's kind of outside of my box, so she's going to give you some tips on if you're thinking about adding it into your training program as a little bit of cross-training, how to avoid some really common running mistakes, running injuries, and we're also going to talk about bringing your nutrition into your running program as well. How should you be eating if you're starting to run long distances? So some great information, definitely a different kind of show than we've normally done in the past. So let me go ahead and get my keys and we're going to head over to the gym. Okay, so now we are in the gym. Like I said, we are meeting up with my friend Jeanette today to talk about running, because as you know, I am not a runner. My back prevents me from running. I am totally into strength training and interval training, love interval training. I do love to run, it's just not my cup of tea, I guess you should say. But Jeanette, she's a marathon runner, and she's going to share with you some really important information in case you're thinking about adding it into your own workout plan. Maybe add some cross training in there, some really important information for you to safely go into it.
All right, well, thank you for the introduction.
No problem.
I'm an RRCA certified running coach, and I've done 2 marathons, several half marathons, and so I've definitely been there and back as a beginner and an experienced runner. But I wanted to talk today about running injuries. A lot of people come to me when they've started running, and the average runner will have 2 injuries per year, and I just wanted to give you some steps on how to minimize those injuries and what you can do. So the first one is to check your shoes. If you're a new runner and you've started running, a lot of people come to me with shin splints.
Been there, done that, stress fractures.
That's right, stress fractures, which can also come from bad shoes. I've definitely had that problem. So if you're going to start running, you want to make sure your shoes are new. And new meaning as in within 6 months. Some people don't want to buy shoes that often, but if you're running, it's going to keep you injury free.
And shoes, wouldn't you say, is one of those things like you really don't want to go cheap on? I mean, that's one of the one things it's okay to spend a little bit of money on to get good quality.
Yeah, I would recommend that you go to a reputable running store. They can analyze your gait and they can tell you what kind of shoes you need. And when you get them from a running store, they are going to cost a little more, which I've paid for shoes that are more expensive. But if you do that one time and you know what to look for in a shoe, from then on you can go and you can find those shoes as an older model or a different version, and they will be cheaper. So you can get what you want as long as you know what you're looking for. I have shoes that have cost me $60, $50, $40, but I know that they're shoes that work for me and they're last year's model. So that definitely helps. So keep track of your shoes. If you keep a running log, write in your running log, well, you should keep a running log, write when you get your shoes, and then, or keep track of your weekly mileage and just figure it out. And when you get to around 350 or 400 miles, go ahead and go out and get those new shoes and then transition them slowly into your running. Use the old shoes, the new shoes, just keep transferring them and slowly wean out of your old shoes and into the new ones, and you should be good to go.
Very good.
The second one is something that I don't know if a lot of runners think about, is strength training. We focus on the run, we're runners, that's what we are. But a lot of injuries can be prevented just by strength training, because if you have weak hips or a weak core, it's going to filter down into pain in your knees or pain in your feet. So go out there and get your strength training in. The best thing to do is balance exercises, one-legged exercises, and that'll keep you strong in your outer hips and in your quads, and those things will support your knees and keep you from getting injured throughout the training.
Definitely. Remember, the Body Fat Blasting Boot Camp has all the workout programs with balance, strength training, core conditioning, everything you need to help you. Phone's going off. No biggie.
And the last thing to do is to slowly increase your distance. You always want to build your base before you build your speed. And I know that everyone focuses on speed. I want to be fast, you want to be fast, but you want to get out there. You want to go slow. You want to take your weekly mileage, and the next week you want to add 5 to 10% of that weekly mileage to your next distance. So don't say I'm going to try to run 5 miles at my same pace that I ran 2 miles, because it's not going to happen. You're going to get worn out, and you're going to
take time off.
You're going to take time off. You're going to wear out your muscles, and if you keep doing that day after day after day, you're going to get injured. So you want to do a hard workout, whether it's a long workout or a speed workout, but never both at the same time. And then you want to take a day of recovery, and then you want to go back out and you want to do another hard workout. So that is it. Those are my 3 steps. If you keep doing those, they will keep you hopefully injury-free. And if you have any questions, you can contact me at fitlowcountry.com.
There you go. And she's not going to leave us. We're going to go into the nutrition segment right now, too. So we're back with the nutrition segment today for the Art of Weightlifting, Fitness, and Nutrition show. And Jeanette is still with us.
Yay.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. And I wanted to ask her about marathon running. She's done how many now?
2 marathons. I'm training for my 3rd.
Whoa. I totally just did the Joey Lawrence right there. But, and I had a really important question. A lot of people always wonder about, they think that when you start running, you can just eat whatever you want to help maintain it. When you're training for a marathon, I see you all the time when you're training, and you're always able to keep a nice muscular physique. What does your diet change during marathon training to help support that, or
I always try to keep my diet the same as far as calorie intake. I eat clean, whole grains, lean proteins, all the values that the Art of Weightlifting instills in their ladies. I definitely follow those, and it helps me. If you have been less active, I tend to stay the same. I tend to stay pretty active, so I keep my calories the same. But if you've been less active and you're going to start training for something like a marathon, you do want to increase your calories, maybe 200 or 300 calories per day if you're out there, if you're going to do a long run.
Now, does that mean I can go and eat or drink a margarita at the end of the run?
No, they still have to be good, wholesome calories. You still need, when they say stuff like carbo loading, which shouldn't be done unless you're running a race that's longer than 2 hours. I see people online and they say, I'm running a 5K, let's have the pasta dinner. Not really necessary unless you're going to run for 2 hours or more, and those carbs should be a whole grain carb, and you should do that over 3 days. But yeah, definitely running a marathon is not a time when you want to try to lose weight, but if it's a goal for you and you want to go out there and do it, I encourage that, but remember to keep your calories the same. Always keep eating healthy and eating clean.
Very good. And then my last question, when I run, especially if I run in the morning, stomach can kind of get a little jostled. When do you recommend having a snack, and what is a good snack to have?
You shouldn't eat any closer than 60 minutes out from your run. So an hour before your run, you should have a snack of carbohydrates. And a lot of people do have the upset stomach. I've had it before. Generally, in longer runs, you might get it. And the trick is to experiment with different foods. I tend to eat oatmeal made with like a skim milk or an almond milk, and that gives me good energy and keeps my stomach settled. But there's so many different things with your GI. But just try what works for you. Once you find it, keep it up and don't make any changes. Yeah.
All right. Well, great. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
And this is a special little runner's edition. Jeanette, where can people find more information about you?
My website is www.fitlowcountry.com. You can follow me on Twitter at @fit_lowcountry.
And the website, you actually can create personalized training programs, correct?
I do. I write personal training or running coaching programs for people who want to do 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons, half marathons, or if they just want to get faster with their running, I can help you.
So if you got something on your bucket list that you want to get marked off.
Marathon.
All right, so that is the nutrition segment, and we'll be right back with the fitness fun for the week. And for our last part today for the Art of Weightlifting, Fitness, and Nutrition show, I wanted to introduce the newest member of the Boyle family. This is our new kitty, Nike. She is a female, and we decided on the name Nike because it is the goddess of victory and success, and that's something that's obviously very important to me and Dan. So she is now in the family with me and our dogs Zoe and Dan. She is crazy, so I'm going to go ahead and put her down, but I wanted to share her with you guys. And she's now the most spoiled rotten cat in the world, but we don't want to put her on the table. All right. So that's the show for the week. We had some great information. I really thank Jeanette for being on the show today, sharing with you some great running tips and sharing some of her information that hopefully will help you out. Now remember that the show is brought to you by my product, the Body Fat Blasting Boot Camp. It's a great 12-week program that I know can help you. It's 12 weeks worth of great at-home workouts you can do obviously at your house, or you can take it along to the gym with you as well. Watch them on your iPad, on your iPhone, or on your computer. 12 weeks, easy to follow nutrition plan, easy to follow recipes, and of course motivation, because that's really the most important thing. It's the number one reason women don't hit their goals. So you actually get the opportunity to talk with me personally bi-weekly, cover any questions that you have to make sure that you stay on track. You can find out more about the boot camp right below this on the link, and you can find out more. Definitely give it a try, because I know that it can help you out. Remember, this is a weekly show, so if you have any suggestions, you want me to cover anything specific, feel free to email it at taylorryan0406@gmail.com, or you can leave a comment and I'll be glad to cover that for you. So have a great day, and I'll see you next week.